Hey guys, I'm here back from YCS Pasadena, and I had a lot of fun from this past weekend. I wanted to show you guys a deck profile from the deck that I played for day 1 and day 2. I didn't make top 32, but I got 55th place that I'm really proud of. And I only had 5 days of testing with this deck, realistically. I started testing on Monday, and I think I did an amazing job, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. I'll let you guys know on any changes, and if however you guys want to test it out, you feel free and leave suggestions down below, and let's get into this deck profile. So I started off with 3 Merle because I'm playing ISHIZU tier. We got 3 Merle, 3 Havanus, 3 Sheeran, and 2 Rhino. This is pretty standard for TEARLAMENT ISHIZU's sake. You can play the 3rd one if you really wanted to, but I think this is honestly enough. You could honestly cut this one for the 3rd Rhino, which could be a good idea because you typically can break on these. But moving on from the tiers, we get into the ISHIZU stuff. We got 3 Kelbeck, 3 Keldos, 3 Madura, and 1 Agito. This, I feel, would be the standard of the format. You need your shuffle backs, you need your mill 5s, except for Agito. Agito doesn't really trigger as much as Kelbeck, where Kelbeck is treated like a hand trap. In case your opponent special summons while sending something to the grave from their hand or deck, then you just target their special summon monster, return it back, and it's a free monster for you. Where in terms of this one, if something's sent from a hand or deck, then you can special this one and special something from your graveyard, which is typically this. But yep, this is pretty standard. I don't think you need any more of these. Went on for this. I also did play the 3 orange lights. Personally, I felt that these were amazing. I know me and my buddy, we kind of ran like numbers, and he came up with the thing of having an 8% chance of not opening up both of these to be able to trigger any of them with a negate. So that was pretty low, and the odds were correct. I think I only opened up Herald once where I didn't have a fairy throughout the whole day, and it honestly felt amazing. Especially being able to negate the Dweller. You know, we don't like Dweller. Now we're going into the Bestials. We got 3 Magnamuts. We got the 2 Druid Worms. Don't we love Euro prints? Amazing Euro prints. Best cards, honestly, best cards of the format. These cards are just your DD Crows, but fat bodies, and gives you access to rank 6, and it's just, they're amazing. You'll keep learning as you go into the format that this is going to end up being a tier 0 format. So now we got 3 Pelerinos, 2 Screams, 1 Heartbeats. I think this is a perfect ratios in terms of the spells for the tier elements. Scream, on the other hand, you could put up to 3, or you can bounce it down to 1. I felt comfortable with 2. I never missed it. I always shuffled it back if I needed it. And this is the out to mine, Mystic Mine. You know, we don't like that card. It was great. I used it a couple times actually, and shuffled it back multiple times, so I never missed it at all either. And moving on to the other spells, we got the 3 Super Polys. We had Instant Fusion and Terraforming for the field spells. Instant Fusion was just so free. I've used it I've drawn this card so many times. It was disgusting. I honestly felt like it was like at 4 inside my deck. We also got for the trap cards, we got 1 Soliac and 1 Crime. Amazing cards. If you're able to start with both of them, you're always going to win the game. You're never going to lose. Moving on to the rest of the, we got the extra deck over here. We got 1 Mud Dragon, 2 Kit. I feel like all this is going to be pretty standard. 1 Rukalos, 1 Kaleido Heart, 1 Garura, and 1 Predaplant Sepelia. This is all pretty standard for any tier deck. I don't think you can change anything other than if you know how to manage your resources, you can play the 1 Kit, but you don't really want to risk that in terms of them banishing it with the Bestial cards. That's it for the fusions. We're going to go for the XYZs. I played 1 Baguska. We don't like Flunder, so when you make this against Flunder, they just pretty much auto lose, because then you kill them on the 3rd turn. Then you go Dweller, Beatrice, and Zeus. Shout out to Emilio for selling me this, just because it's just really pretty. The Beatrice, amazing. It always gives us access to our traps, to our spells, or to any monster. Pretty much anything part of our deck, and it was just best card of the day. But honestly, the number one card was Dweller. It's going to be a toxic format for Dweller because if you have Dweller up, you're winning. We got our links for Dark, Elf, Sprend, and Underworld. Underworld Goddess, I only summoned this once. It came up at a really good time, and I used it incorrectly in the end, and I got the loss for it. But if I used it correctly, it would have gotten me the win, and I would have moved farther than I was today. So that's it for the extra deck. Getting to the side deck, again, it's all preference, but from what I played, I did go for the 3 Dogwoods. I love Spooky Dogwood. My favorite card of all time. So getting to play this again was just really exciting. We also played the Artifact Engine where we did 1 Scythe, 3 Lancia, 3 Sanctum. I went pretty heavy on the Lancia because we don't like Flunder. We love getting Flunder locked out, and then the Scythe was just free for any matchup, especially TEARLAMENTs. When you lock them out, it pretty much, it's like Dweller. It's game ending. Now moving on, we also don't like Flunder more because we did the Banshee, we did the Zombie World, and we need to lock them out. We need to make sure that we're playing the game and we're not letting them shifter us. We got the extra Bestial because an extra name when you're sighting against the tiers is 100% recommended. If you can main deck this is also very good. But other than that, there's not much use for it. So I would possibly might think about main decking that. I did side the Volcanic Scattershot as well for time. I used it almost every matchup. It was great. I prefer Ladybug, but 500 is also a good boost. And then the last card was Harpy's Feather Duster. Any back row decks, Mystic Mine, we just need that out. It's just, once you hard draw it, it's a guaranteed win. But, yep. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys have any suggestions or opinions on the deck, I don't think there's much I would change. I feel like this will be a real good Tier 0 format, and I'm pretty excited for it. So we'll see how this goes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and know that I'll be back for the next one.